I know you'll be wondering what Mama Ejima is making today. Well, today I am making sausage roll. If you have minced beef already, then you just have to skip this part. In a blender, I went in with uncooked beef and I blended it so well. I put in blended pepper and ginger, went in with mixed spices, thyme and curry. Next was to put in salt to taste and I mixed that properly using a spoon. You can choose to use your bare hand if you want. After mixing that, I kept that aside. In another bowl, I went in with 3 cups of sieved flour, 1 tablespoon of baking powder and enough butter. I don't want to hear that the butter is not enough and that is why it is breaking. It must not break, it must form. I put in milk and I went ahead to mix this. I tried not to over mix this because I wanted everything to come out perfect. So what I did was to place the dough on a neat surface, knead it a little more, and then I covered this using a cling film. I put it in the freezer for it to get cold and I brought it back and this is what we have. How can I forget to say this? The butter and the milk, I put it into the freezer for it to get cold before using it. There is no excuse. This thing must be perfect. So what I did was to place a dough on the surface and I rolled it so that it can become flat. I used a knife to cut out both edges so that this sausage roll will be looking like a sausage roll. The minced beef I made earlier, I put it in there and then I used egg to rub on the edges. I tried rolling this, but this particular one decided to flop. And then I realized that I put in too much beef and that's why it's not rolling. I kept that aside and I had to roll another one, but this time I sprinkled flour on the surface. I used a knife to cut out the rough edges and then I put little quantity of minced beef in. I was able to roll up this particular one and this is what it is looking like. I had to place a parchment paper on the tray and place the sausage roll on it. So after I was done, this is what our sausage roll is looking like. The next thing I did was to trim out the excess parchment paper because the last time it almost got burnt inside the oven. I was done baking and this is what our sausage roll is looking like. So delicious. Eat or pass.